Origin of Alpha Gen Slang. It's a short one, I guess. Let me learn stuff. But let me also learn what the freak is Gen Alpha. What counts as Gen Alpha? Alpha Generation is the first generation to experience remote classroom, streaming service, and portable digital device from early childhood. Generation Alpha term used to describe the generation of people born or who will be born between 2010 and 2025. I had no idea they were called Gen Alpha. Okay. Okay. I mean, what is the different generation again? Generation names. Gen Z is 1987-2012. I guess I am. But after that, well, I guess after that is Alpha then. I don't know, I've never heard like Gen Alpha. Yeah. And I guess before Z is Millennials, yeah. Skibidi Reese. Okay. Alright, let's learn, I guess. Origin of Gen Alpha Slang by the officer Oliver Sanson.
In this video, I'll be talking about the origin and etymology of Gen Alpha slang. Let's get into it. First on the list is Riz, which comes from the middle syllable of charisma. But we can still push this a bit farther by doing the...
I guess I'm gonna learn because I didn't even realize that, yeah. I guess you don't really think about it. Like, I feel like, yeah, most of the time it's kind of like I'm learning a different language with this kind of slang. So, like, you just hear a word and you don't think of where it comes from. You're just like, okay, Riz. Riz is to say that someone's getting rizzed up. Fair enough. Like, I never think about, it comes from a different word. Interesting.
Etymology of charisma itself. From Greek, charisma. From charisestai. Charis. And then just ger. Okay, that was the etymology of charisma. What about Riz? Well, here you go. Riz. 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 The entire word just decayed and decayed until it became a single letter, and also all of its content, its meaning, its reason. Speaking of just the word skibbity might come from the sound, but I don't really have any other sources saying the origin of skibbity, so... Oh, and I also made this table to show the etymology of it, so... Okay, now we're gonna talk about Ohio. It's obvious that Ohio is a state, yeah. So we can just find the origin of the name for that state. And it was named for the state after the river in 1803, and it came from an Iroquoian proper name, Ohio, which itself comes from an Iroquoian word, which literally means good river. Now,
is Iroquoian like some indigenous tribe or something?
This is going to be one to cover. W and L. W and L are abbreviations for win and loser, respectively. Or L can just mean lose. Yes. So let's jump into the etymology, shall we? So win was a fusion of winan and yewinan, and lose was just from losian. Both winan and yewinan are from the same word, winanan, from Proto-Germanic, and losian is derived from lausa, and both from Proto-Indo-European roots, winanan being from wen and lausa being from lu. And sadly, Proto-Indo-European was never written.
British.
Probably. And these words are also the sources of these words. Okay, now we'll just go to the next. What about the evolution of the letter W and L? Oh, well.
Long. Who cares?
Did you catch that? Whatever, just appreciate the research that went into this. Okay, next. But I actually found something that might be world-changing. The etymology of phantom tax. And you're probably going to be like,
phantom tax?
Oh, phantom is just the name of a person. Well, it is, but names come from words. And this might be the word that he got his name from, if they didn't just invent it. But first, I would like to share the etymology of tax. How about we do this quick? Tax. From medieval Latin, taxa, taxo, tango, from the Proto-Indo-European root tag, to grasp with the hand. To touch. Possibly the ancestor of... Anyways, now for the best part.
I'm getting more confused watching this than
was a word in Latin. And that word is the ancestor of Italian fano. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. From fasno. From snom. From des, which is the Proto-Indo-European root. How many times have I said Proto-Indo-European? That just adds one more Proto-Indo-European. Oh my gosh. Oh, and by the way, this word is the ancestor of the word diss, like to diss someone. But it's also the ancestor of another Latin word, which is very important. Festus, that's the word. Just watch this. It's the ancestor of the word feast in English. So phantom tax means feast tax. Or maybe I'm pushing that a bit too far, but I don't know. Oh, and here's some stuff for etymology fanatics.
Best is old
But it is
French.
time to move on to Giat. This
Okay.
word's etymology is a bit weird, if you ask me. Apparently, it's a
Giat
shortening
is, I've
of
never heard anyone say it like
God
that.
dang. This is how I tried to make sense of it. Or maybe he literally just took the second word out. I don't know. Hey, we're not done.
Okay.
We almost forgot this. Anyways, here's a few more. Flex, flexus, flecto, 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 kulek, tulek, bulek, bet, abet, batan, abet, abete, abete, betan, beta, batiana, bait. And here's go, which I etymologically evolved into French from English.
Grantis
Greatest
mistus
of all time.
abolia.
Greatest of
Sounds more
all
like
time.
Italian.
Greatest of Ialtima. Grautest ab altimo. Grantasistas ab alastimo. Gerudistos repo orel derimo. Geriostos
So much rolling of the
repo
detail.
orel dere. Grandissimus tus ab oleo. Grandissimus tus ab oleo. Grantismatus a abolir. Grantismatus a abolir. And I speak French, and that doesn't make sense. However, there's one more word I want to cover. Sigma. From, again, Greek, sigma, because it's a letter of the Greek alphabet, which the name and the letter are both derived from Phoenician.
That's right, that's
and
right.
Phoenician sheen is derived from Proto-Semitic sheen, and same thing with the letter. And Proto-Semitic had its descendants, which are shown here, but the letter had way more descendants, such as Hebrew, Ge'ez, Brahmi, Gupta, Tamil, Brahmi, Tamil, Tibetan, Devanagari, and Arabic. Even Telugu and Canada, somehow.
Okay.
But remember the Proto-Semitic root I showed? Well, it doesn't end there. I wonder what's at the top of that arrow. I wonder what's at the top of that. Well, your eyes don't deceive you.
Afro-Asiatic.
Afro-Asiatic root. And it's probably the oldest language discovered. And it's the ancestor of Egyptian, Phoenician, Arabic.
Oh, that long ago.
More Berber, I guess. It's about 15,000 years old. I'm only saying 15,000 years ago was an estimation of when the language was spoken, not because I am mixing up BC and years ago. But seriously, there was about 5 million people in the whole world. This is what Europe looked like around that time. Well, you watched the whole video.
That's something.
We just skipped to the end. At least you saw that last part.
Okay.
Unless you just skipped to me saying
Next
this.
decade will make more nonsensical worlds. I mean, it's been like that throughout history, I'm sure. I'm sure there must be some video, but back in different era of humanity, like what word would be considered like terrible modern slang language. I'm sure it's always been like that. There's always some new slang that then becomes kind of like either they fade or they become like normal word, and then they evolve again and again. Okay, good video. I mean, I think the one that was the most interesting was like charismatic and Riz. I didn't know that's where it came from, but yeah, okay. Interesting. I learned something today. Yeah, very complicated, the etymology of the meme words. I didn't think it got that deep, but it really does.